While at a 4-day meeting which kicked off today in Accra, 4 member states of ECOWAS have decided to construct a 1,025-kilometre stretch of road by next year. This is to aid trade activities in the sub-region. We are now joined by David Kamara, who is the Executive Director for Transport at ECOWAS, for more on the outcome of this meeting. David, thank you so much for making the time to speak to us today. As you mentioned, a 1,025-kilometre stretch of road, this by the end of next year. Would you maybe give us an understanding on how this might work?
Yeah, first of all, let me give you a background to the program. I think that will explain a lot of the issues that you might want to ask me. First of all, this is not a new road, a new piece of highway that is being discussed along the corridors. It is an existing road, some of them in very good conditions and some in not so good conditions. Now the corridor from Abidjan in the Republic of La Côte d'Ivoire to Nigeria, which as you rightly said is about 1,025 kilometers, carries about 70% of intra-regional trade in West Africa. As I said, it is not a new undertaking. There is an existing route. It is an existing corridor, a very busy corridor. What we are now doing is to improve the condition of that road by constructing a 6-lane highway running from Lagos in Nigeria to Abidjan in Ivory Coast, in the La Côte d'Ivoire. Now, how did this come about? At the meeting of the summit of the ECOWAS of state in January this year, the 6 heads of state for the countries in between those corridors, in between those cities, that is to say, the President of the Republic of Nigeria, the President of the Republic of Benin Republic, the President of the Republic of Togo, the President of the Republic of Ghana, and the President of the Republic of La Côte d'Ivoire met and decided that the route between Abidjan and Lagos, since it is the busiest route and since it is the most feasible that can be expanded to the extent to which it is desired, that is to make it a 6-lane highway, they mandated ECOWAS to look into the construction of that road, the upgrading of that road from its present state to a 6-lane highway.
All right, David.
Now, following that meeting, following the issue of that...
David, I need to interject.
I think I want to explain the background.
I do understand that you'd like to explain the background. It's just I do understand that you need to explain the background. It's just there's quite a lot that we would still like to ask you. So, you know, you are mentioning that it is to make improvements, but, you know, looking at it at a completion date of 5 months, is this feasible? Can you reach this target given that time frame?
Of course, it is not feasible. That's why I wanted to explain the background. It is not feasible because, as you well know, there are several things that have to do with the project preparation that have to be in place before we even start talking about construction. We were given a mandate to accelerate the implementation of the program so that the construction will start in January 2014. But of course, this is not possible, and that is one reason why we are here in Accra, to put in place the processes to prepare the project in such a way that we can accelerate the project preparation process so that the project construction, the road construction can start as early as possible. But as of now, it is not feasible for the project to be ready for implementation in 5 months. Nor can it be constructed in 5 months.
All right. Okay, we do understand that you're putting those processes in place. Can you give us an update in terms of your funding? Has that been sorted out at least?
Well, all these are part of the project preparation process I'm talking about. We have to do detailed studies, feasibility studies, as well as detailed design studies before we look at the financing, before we can establish how much it will cost to finance the construction phase. And when we come to that, then we look at the possibilities, the various options that will be open to us for funding, both by the member states as well as by our development partners.